Hey beauties! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a partial cut crease look and also talking about our thrifting experience 2 weekends ago and kind of explaining why I missed last week's video. I am hoping to get 2 videos up this week to make up for my missed one last week. So yeah, if you want to see how to create a partial cut crease look, then stay tuned. So to start, I got new brushes. I also got the James Charles brush set, which I am loving. Literally every brush that you could possibly need to make a look. So I can actually tell you guys the brush numbers that I'm using, and they actually still sell them, so you guys can still like go and buy them if you want. So to start, I'm going to be using the M441. Just to grab in like that lighter solid blue. Yeah, that one's gonna match the best to my pants. So I'm just gonna grab that and I'm just gonna apply it to my lid. Now because I am doing a cut crease, I'm really not gonna focus too much on like really getting the color down to my lash line. Right now I'm just gonna be focusing on putting it in my crease because that's where you're gonna see this. I'm gonna cover like the lower part of my lid with concealer and then the glitter or the shimmer. So I'm really not going to focus on like trying to even this out on my lid because I'm just going to cover it anyways. So just going in around my crease first and then I'll blend it out just a little bit. So I know that I missed last week's video. It's kind of been like a really crazy week. With everything going on, you know, we were traveling, we were in Seattle 2 weekends ago. This last weekend we had yet another wedding. We have another one next weekend in Oregon. So it's just been like super crazy. And then with working and everything, I just have been super busy. My husband's softball started up again, so we're doing that in the evenings, and it's just been nuts. And also, so if you guys are on my IG, on my Instagram, you guys know that I had posted on my story about people giving me ideas for what was supposed to be last week's video. And I had posted like basically a poll for people to vote on. And I said, do you want another makeup tutorial or do you want another video about like maybe fashion or lifestyle? And literally everybody except for one person was like, we want to see fashion and lifestyle. So then I posted another poll saying like, well, would you rather see like fashion or would you rather see lifestyle? So I said, do you guys want to like me to make a video on us traveling to Seattle for a wedding, which would be kind of like the lifestyle version, or would you rather me post a video about like thrifting because we had planned to go thrifting while we were in Seattle anyways? And everybody said thrifting. So we went thrifting and it was a total flop. Guys, it sucked. We didn't find hardly anything. I mean, we found like a couple things, but literally like nothing worth showing. So I basically had like no footage at all to like show you guys. And I was like super bummed. And I was like, one, I learned I don't like thrifting at all. Well, I like going to like regular Goodwills. We went to like the Goodwill outlet, which is like where it's like the second chance store for like Goodwill. So like a discount store for Goodwill. Which is funny because, I mean, obviously, like, thrifting, like, Goodwill, it's already cheap. So if stuff doesn't sell in a regular Goodwill store, then they send it to, like, within, like, a certain time limit. Some people have said that they only get, like, 2 weeks to sell stuff, and then if it doesn't sell, they, like, take it out of the stores and send it back to the outlet stores. But that seems super short to me, so I don't know if that's really true. Maybe it's more like a month or something. I don't really know the timeline. But anyway, so they have like a certain timeline that they're supposed to like sell these products in the stores, and if it doesn't sell, then they send it to like the outlet store, where like then the outlet store sells everything by the pound. So like clothes was literally like $1.29 per pound if you had less than 30 pounds. If you had more than 30 pounds, up to like 50 pounds I think it was, or something like that, then it was like $1.08, and then anything over that was like 89 cents. So like dirt cheap. So we found some stuff. My husband found like a pair of pants that are really nice. We found a BKE sweater that was really nice. I found a gold watch with like a diamond in it. So like we're still waiting to take that in to see if that was worth anything. Because if that was, then that's probably the only like good thing that we got. He also got like a beanie for the kids, which I'm a little skeptical about because wearing stuff on your head that other people have worn just kind of like freaks me out because of like head lice and stuff. But he also found like some really good golf balls and stuff because we like to golf. But so it was just like this really like lame experience, I guess. I mean, it was cool to experience, but like we didn't really walk away with anything to benefit the experience, I guess. So we like, I got some footage, but it just really wasn't like that great. And we went to like numerous. We went to 2 different ones, and we were going to go to a third, but we didn't have time. So we ended up just going to like Ross, which was like right down the road from the Tacoma outlet. And I bought some stuff at Ross, like the pants that I am currently wearing. So that was kind of cool. I mean, like I kind of walked away with some stuff, but like nothing overly major. And I'm going in now with the M456 in like the darker solid blue, just to kind of go into my crease and add like a little bit of a depth. But anyway, so the thrifting was a total flop, and I was like really bummed because everybody wanted to see that video. So I was like talking to one of our friends who Dustin played softball with, and I've kind of like gotten closer to just by talking to her. And she was like, you should totally just like make a video about your experience there, because it was nuts, guys. Like people were going crazy. They like roll out bins, and like everything's just piled into this bin, and you have to like sift through it, which is one reason that I did not like it, because it was so dirty and gross. There was just like garbage everywhere in the bottom of the bins. And I was like, I can't touch this. This is so nasty. And like even Dustin like found like this like racket, like tennis ball racket or something. And he was like scooping through like the bins because he didn't want to like keep touching everything. So like they tell you to bring gloves when you're like gonna be there. And I was like, we'll be fine. We just bought like hand sanitizer and stuff. I literally wish that we would have brought like gloves because it was so disgusting. I mean, everything was just so dirty. But like, so I don't know if they have like this rotation program where they like rotate through the bins or whatever, but they basically like close off an aisle, and then they take like some of the bins into the back, and then I don't know if they like reload them or something, but then like they'll bring more out, and it's like new stuff, so they can't like reload it, I guess. They like bring out new bins that they've just finished sorting through. So like they're literally, it's not just the same stuff from the time that they open until they close. Like they're literally bringing stuff out all day long, and they're just rotating these bins out. So like that was crazy to like see. And like when they like close off the aisle, like you know that they're going to be bringing more stuff out. So people like line up at the end of the aisle and wait for the new bins to come out, and then everybody just like rushes in to like try and get the first look to find like the best stuff in the new bins. Like that was crazy. And then like we went to so we started at the Olympia outlet store, and we went there first, and then we couldn't find anything. We found some stuff, and okay, super crazy, the lady who checked us out, this is where we found like the beanie for the kids. And like the lady who checked us out, so Dustin had put the golf balls and the watch into the beanie so that we wouldn't lose it because they were small. And we went to go check out, and like Dustin had told her that there was stuff in the beanie. even though it like wouldn't have mattered because they do it like by the pound. So you just like put everything on top of a scale. So it wouldn't have mattered if you were like putting stuff in a pocket or something, like as if to try and steal it, because it's just by the pound. Like they weigh it. They don't scan like any barcodes or anything. So like he told her though that there was stuff in the beanie, and he was like, it was just easier to put it inside the beanie so that it wouldn't get lost. And she legit was like, oh yeah, my ex boyfriend used to put his drugs and stuff in the beanie. It acted like a really cool bag. And we were like, did you literally just tell us that like your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend like did drugs and shit, that he would put his meth into a beanie? Like, just totally caught me off guard. I was like, I feel like nobody in their right mind would be like, oh yeah, my ex-boyfriend like shot up meth and he used to carry it around in a beanie. Like, why are you telling me this? It was just so weird. I guess like coming from like Idaho, where like, I don't know, people don't talk about it as openly. I guess maybe like in the Tacoma area, people talk about it more openly. I have no clue, but I was so caught off guard. We left and I was like, did she literally just say that to us? And Dustin was like, yeah, she did. I was like, okay, interesting. But so then we went to the like other one, the one in Tacoma, and there were like people, like they fill up bass cars. Like they weren't really doing this at the Olympia one, but the one in Tacoma, like they had bed sheets and they were like filling up their grocery carts. Or like not their grocery carts, their shopping carts, and like filling it up with everything that they wanted, and then they would push it to a corner and they would put the bed sheet over the top of like the cart, so that like you knew that it was somebody's. It wasn't like for shopping through, like somebody was just like hoarding it basically. So like they just like go through everything, find the stuff that they want, and then like go put it in a basket so that nobody else can take it until they're ready to like leave and like go buy their stuff. So, like, that was weird, too, because I was like, are you allowed to do this? Like, I don't know. It was such a crazy experience. And then at, like, the Tacoma, or the Olympia one, there was, like, this crazy guy who found, they have, like, a tester area where, like, you can go test out, like, the electronics to make sure that they work, obviously, because you don't want to buy something that doesn't work, especially because at the outlet stores, it's like a no return policy. So like once you buy it, like that's yours. And they don't have fitting rooms. So if you buy any of the clothes, like that's what you, like if they don't fit, you're shit out of luck. Oops, sorry. So they basically were like, they have like this testing area. This guy, when we walked in, he was over there like testing this radio, and it wasn't working at first, and he like started dinking around with it and got it to work. And then it was probably like 30 minutes later of us like sifting through, and all of a sudden you hear like a weed eater, and we were like, what the heck? And I turned around and it's this guy who had like the radio over at the tester area in the beginning, and he was like, he had this weed eater and he was like turning it on, and there's like people standing around him, and he like starts chopping up boxes, like board game boxes that were in the bins with the weed eater. And he, like, starts chopping up these boxes, and literally nobody did anything. Like, the cashiers didn't do anything. None of the workers did anything. Like, everybody just, like, watched him. And I was like, oh, my God, this guy's gonna, like, chop off somebody's finger. And, like, literally nobody cared. Oh, my gosh, it was so crazy. People were giving me, like, dirty looks because I was letting Dustin, like, sift through everything. And I was just standing next to him with, like, the cart. People were, like, giving me dirty looks because I was, like, blocking them from, like, looking at the bins. And I was like, I'm going to get stabbed here or something. Like, people take this shit seriously. It was nuts. Okay, so I'm going in with an angled brush and some concealer. And I'm just going to draw my cut crease line. And I'm only going to go to about, like, the outer part of the colored part of my eye. And then I'll, like, blend it out a little bit. And then after we apply, like, the glitter, I'll go back in with, like, the darker blue and, like, blend it out a little bit so that you can't, like, see the harsh end of the concealer. And don't judge me. I have to, like, pull my eyelid down so that I get, like, a nice, even line with the concealer. And I'm sorry, but I can't really talk to you guys while I'm doing this part because it's really difficult to talk and do this at the same time. So I'll speed through this part. Okay, so now while the concealer is still wet, I'm going to go in with this flat brush. It's the M224, and I'm going to grab that shimmery blue and press it onto my eyelid. And it works best while the concealer is wet because then the concealer like grabs the glitter and like holds it on. Like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with the M456 again and grab the darker solid blue and blend out like my outer eye into the shimmer just to finish this eye. And then I will speed through the other one so that you guys can see the finished look. I think maybe I'll go in with a fluffier brush. So I'm actually going to go in with the M433, which is just a little bit of a fluffier brush. It's just going to make it easier for me to like blend out the larger area that I'm trying to cover right now. Okay, and then just really quickly, I'm going to go back in with the M441 just to blend out that lighter blue and the darker blue so they blend out just a little bit easier. Okay. All right, and there is one eye. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through the cut crease on the other eye so that I'm not boring you guys. And we'll be right back. Okay, so now that both eyes are done, I am going to brush away my setting powder. So I'm just using the M527, just a super fluffy brush. You don't have to use this exact brush, just any fluffy brush will work. And just lightly brush this away. So I do already have contour on, or done, I guess. So I don't need to do that. I do still need to do blush and highlight, but I'm just going to go in with that first skinny brush that I was trying to use, which is the M456, and I'm just going to try and blend out some of this darker blue to my under eye, and then I'm going to add some of the shimmer as well. And I'll just use the same brush. Now I'm going to, oops, dropping all my brushes. I'm going to do some liner, which I bought some more of my Kat Von D tattoo liner at Sephora. So I'm just going to add some liner. To my inner corner. Okay. And then I've also recently been using like a pencil liner. This one's just a CoverGirl one that I think I got at like either Fred Meyer or Walmart. I'm not really sure which. And just applying it to like the outer corner of my waterline. And I like the pencil one better because with your waterline, like obviously because it's a waterline, there's like tears or like water from your eyes. Oops, I just like wrote all over my ring. So it like doesn't stay very well. So like with the pencil, it just kind of like smudges a little bit and makes it look more like a smoky eye look. And not like your liner's running. Let me just clean off my ring real quick. And I'm going to grab a makeup wipe because I have foundation and eyeshadow and concealer all over my hands. So I'm just going to wipe off my hands real quick. And then I'm also, oh, I accidentally put that one away. Going to go in with like a highlighting color. From the palette to add, or maybe I'll use like my actual highlighter. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm actually going to use, my vanity's so dirty, guys. I want to get like one of those like clear sheets of like, it's not like actual glass, but like plexiglass to put over the top because I have a white vanity. So I want to like put it over the top to protect it from like getting so dirty all the time. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the M506 brush and I'm just going to grab some of my highlighter and I'm just going to apply it to right under the end of my eyebrow. There we go. Wasn't like getting any color that first time. Okay. Okay, so I'm now going to apply some lashes. Guys, I'm dropping everything today. So, like always, I'm using my House of Lashes. And again, I don't really know the style name of this one. So I'm just going to apply my lash glue to the band. And I don't let it dry as much as other people do. I just kind of let it sit, maybe wave it around a couple times, and then stick it on while it's still wet because that's just what works best for me. Okay. Now, the other one, I just realized that I say okay a lot. Once I finish doing something, I'm like, okay. It's kind of annoying. I'm annoying myself. I can only imagine how annoyed you guys get. So I'm going to apply lash glue to the other lash. And I'm just going to speed through this, guys, so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do this. I just said okay again. So now I'm going to go in and add some mascara just to kind of blend in my real lashes with the strips. I have like a bent lash. I don't know if you guys can hear my children in the background. All right. Yeah, it's funny. My kids begged me to put on this movie called Peter Rabbit. It's actually a really cute movie. I've seen it. I've watched it with them. But they begged me to like put it on, and then they're like not even in there watching it. They're like in their playroom playing with toys. So they must like not like the movie or something. I don't know. Okay. Now, again, I just said okay. I need to work on that. I'm going to go in with blush, and as always, I am using the It brushes for Ulta, and this is their blush brush. And I'm just going to put some blush on my cheeks. Oh, also, if you've watched my Q&A video, I talked about my favorite brushes to use. By the way, I'm going in with highliner now, and I'm just using the Morphe Y11 brush for my highlighter. But anyways, so in my Q&A video, I talk about my favorite brushes to use, and I talk about like setting powder and stuff like that. So in there, I mentioned how my favorite brushes to use are the It brushes for Ulta and my Morphe brushes. Legit my favorite, including the new ones that I just got. I love Morphe brushes. And the It brushes, I think the It brushes, oh, that just flew up everywhere, are very competitive with the Morphe brushes. They're just as soft. They blend out just as well. So I mean, like, if I had to pick one or the other over one or the other, like, it would be very difficult for me to do that, because I honestly just truly like both of them so much. But like when I'm in there in the video talking about it, I mention that there is no competing with the Real Techniques sponge, the orange. I think most people call it like an orange birdie. And I mean, I still 100% agree with that. This is really dirty. I haven't washed my sponges in like forever. So I still 100% agree with that. But in my video, I mentioned how, you know, I haven't tried the Morphe sponge. And so I can't really comment on the Morphe sponge and if the Morphe sponge is better than the Real Technique sponge. But I also say that, like, you know, I haven't really heard anything good about the Morphe sponge. So with my James Charles brush set, I got a Morphe sponge. And I mean, it's hard to tell because my Real Techniques one isn't wet, but like the Morphe sponge is just as like hard as the Real Technique sponge when it's not wet. So like I feel like that right there just proves that like the Real Technique sponge is just so much softer than the Morphe sponge. So, I mean, I still hands down would pick up a Real Technique sponge over the Morphe sponge. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I've now tried the Morphe sponge so I can comment on it. And I still 100% like the Real Technique sponge over the Morphe sponge. And I've actually been using the Morphe sponge for a little over a week now. So, like, I feel like I've used it long enough to be like, you know, it's not just one time that I used it and was like, no, I don't like it. Like, I've used it every day for like the last like 2 weeks almost. So I just really don't. I mean, it's like, not that I wouldn't ever use it. I mean, but if I had my choice, I would use the Real Technique sponge over it. And then also setting sprays, I used the Morphe setting spray, and I actually really, really like it. Which it's not really like a huge deal, but it's like a hairspray bottle. So like you just like hold it down and spray all over your face. You don't have to like keep spraying it. So I really, really like that. And then too, like it's just so light on your face. Like even when it first goes on, like you can't even tell that it's on. Like the first time I did it, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. Like there's nothing on my face. How is it gonna hold my makeup in place? Like I was very, very skeptical, and my makeup held all day long. And I mean, like I would still use the Urban Decay one, but this one is just so much lighter. So especially like during the summer months, hands down, it's just, I would pick it. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what lipstick I want to do. I bought more of the Kylie lipsticks because they were on sale at Ulta. Which one's this? I don't know what color this is. Okay, well I'm going to use it. Oh, maybe not. It's not even sharpened. Guys, I'm telling you, my kids are always taking my stuff. Like I have a sharpener, especially for my lip liners, and my children have taken it. Okay, maybe I'll try this one. So this one is a lip liner from Revlon. It's a pink rose. So like it doesn't even show up on my lip. You know, the sad thing is that I actually used to use these like all the time. And then now that I've used like the Kylie lip kits, I'm literally like, how did I ever use this? Like it is so hard to get on. You can't even see it. It's like crumbling on my lip. Oh my Lord. Guys, how did I ever use this? Is this even a lip liner? Yeah? Ew. I feel like it's like really old. Okay, I can't use this. And I can't use this one because it's like gone until I sharpen it. So Do I have one in here? Oh, that's this one. So that was my Ulta Beauty one. Maybe my Charm one is sharpened. I could use that because it's pretty. Nope. I think I can get it to work. Like, look at just how much easier this goes on compared to that Revlon one that I was just using. Okay. I'm gonna speed through this so you guys don't have to sit here and watch this. Okay, so there's that. I'll put this back in the box so I don't lose it or forget what color it is. And I'm going to use the color Boy Bye. It's kind of like this cute, I don't know, it's like a pinky purple. It's just so cute. I think my next video is going to be like a red lip look, because when I bought like all my new Kylie lipsticks, hang on. One of the colors I got was Mary Jo, which is like the most perfect red lipstick. So I have been dying to wear it. I was going to wear it to the wedding in Seattle 2 weekends ago. But Dustin, I wore a blue dress and Dustin was like, you can't wear red and blue together. So I did not get the chance to wear Mary Jo. So now I'm dying to try it. So quick excuse to use it would be to do a video on a red look, or red lipstick look. Oh my Lord. Okay, so here's a really good, I guess, learning experience for you guys. If you ever mess up your lipstick like I just did right here on like the bow of my lip, you can see, why is this not coming off? That I accidentally like got like a little tiny dab. Why? I got like a little tiny dab on my foundation, which I don't really have steady hands, so this happens to me a lot. Why is this not coming off? The heck? I'm scared I'm gonna break my brush. I feel like I can like hear it like crackling. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you ever do that, you can go in with like a thin brush. This one's the M2501. And you can just get some of your foundation. Some people use like concealer, but I don't put concealer above my lip right there. So if you do concealer, for me, it just looks too light. So you can go in and just like that, touch it up. Same goes for like literally anywhere on your lip if you mess up. Okay. Ow. I just shut my finger in my drawer. Guys, today I'm struggling hardcore. So now for setting spray, when I did the Urban Decay setting spray, I also used the Mario Badescu. I have no clue how to pronounce his last name. But anyway, so I used to use his setting, or his like rose water with aloe spray as well. But now that I'm using the Morphe setting spray, I don't feel like I need to use 2 setting sprays. Not that I really felt like I needed to before. I just did because I felt like it gave like double setting spray. But with the Morphe one, I have not used the Mario one. So I am just going to go in now with the Morphe and spray my whole face. Another thing is it smells freaking fabulous. Like, it smells so good. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you guys have any questions, or if you would have done anything differently, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from other beauties about their techniques, tips, and tricks. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!